Hey guys.
Oh my god, you guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Wednesday on purpose.
Nothing has happened. Nothing. There was a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. We decided to wait until it came out to do this.
So usually when this happens, when we release late Snark, it is because there was an accident. We had something that ate up a bunch of time. Sometimes the world just kicks us when we're down, and
power goes out,
stuff like that. This time we actually did it on purpose. We wanted to watch the E3 Nintendo Direct because they had promised that they would announce a Smash fighter. They announced 2.
Yeah. I'm hyped for both.
Go ahead and talk. Well, I'll do a handful of these.
Okay, alright. Well, the first one was kind of, people assumed it would happen. We've got the Dragon Quest Hero.
Yep, just called the Hero.
Because they don't have official names, it's intentional. But it's
they
the guy
have official names, though.
Not really, because you can pick your name in-game.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
So they have names that they're, defaulted to. But it's kind of like how Red isn't really the Pokemon main character. The Pokemon main character is you, whatever your name is. It's that, it's just called the Hero, but it's, the guy from the most recent one, 11? 11.
Yeah, that's 11.
The guy from 8, who I'm glad to see get in, and then it's the guy from 3, who is Lotto, Erdrick, depending on the translation.
Yeah.
The chronological first Dragon Quest guy, and then I guess the guy from 4. I'm not familiar with him. The guy from 1 isn't in there.
Solo, if I remember correctly.
The guy from 1 isn't in there, but it makes sense chronologically for 3 to be represented.
No, the guy from 1 is in there, but he's part of the Final Smash.
Yeah, no, everyone comes in for this Final Smash.
Yeah, he's got a Mega Man style Final Smash. Oh my god, he's countering my ass. Ugh.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm ever going to play that character. I'm just gonna say,
Hero?
yeah.
I like playing.
From what we saw in the Nintendo Direct, it looked like there were menu selections, like
yeah,
in the middle of battle.
System. He has a magic
and it's
system.
like I want my characters to be very straightforward. I'm not sure I'd be able to get the hang of that. I'm sure someone can make that work really cool. He's got like a sleep spell, which is, now Jigglypuff's not alone.
He has a Jigglypuff, but it's a ranged Jigglypuff. He can throw sleep out, and it's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
neat.
So it's the 4 various heroes as just alt colors of each other, and then each of those gets an alt color to fill out the 8, and I guess the others are supposed to represent other heroes, but they didn't want to do a model for every single one. But it just generally looks good. We noticed that and these are up on the Smash website, so you can see the big renders. They're very nice. The model for the guy from 8 totally has the little mouse in his pocket.
Yeah.
Spoiler, that's his grandpa. He doesn't know it, though. Spoiler for a game that's like 10 years old now.
Yeah, right?
We have that game. The only part I haven't beaten is the very final battle.
The
bonus boss.
Okay, I was going to say the bonus boss at the end?
Yeah. I've beaten everything else.
Yeah, there's supposed to be... I think that bonus boss is supposed to be really fun, too. He shows up in Dragon Quest Monsters as an available monster sometimes, but he's one of the hardest ones.
Oh, there's our transport
Pokemon. Fucking hell.
It's ice climbers? I guess for the ice attack. That's cute. Jeez, I'm just imagining a bunch of little Lapras and
where
hoodies.
Lapras was going to be, and this seems like a very random place to run into Lapras.
A little bit.
We can't swim, by the way. That's the gimmick of this fight.
Doesn't matter.
We didn't really need to.
Yeah, you're just going to power through as Bowser?
Just for a handful of these while we're talking about E3.
Okay.
The rest of E3, by the way, was kind of a shit show. Microsoft was okay.
I don't care about anything other than Nintendo. None of it matters. Like, if there's a specific game I care about, I'll look for information on that specific game, but
Sheldon.
I don't care about anything else.
This is a Splatoon...
It's got turbo eyes.
It's a Splatoon hermit crab.
Huh.
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
I don't like Sheldon's design. I'm going to be honest.
Not amazing.
For most of the other Splatoon characters, I'm like, that's good, that's clever, that's fun. And then you hit the hermit crab and you're like, that's not a hermit crab.
Yeah, he doesn't look like anything.
He looks like
a snail. He's got Turbo's eyes.
So he looks like the mole from Banjo-Kazooie, but as a person, and
Bottles?
like Bottles.
Without
and
a nose, yeah.
He's wearing a hermit crab as a helmet. Like, do you see it?
No, that's just a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great design. But yeah, where were we? Like, I don't care about non-Nintendo announcements at E3.
Yeah.
Like, there are good games mixed in, but I don't care enough to, like, keep track. When a good game comes out, I'll make note of it. Whatever.
Speaking of Bottles, by the way, there was some discussion, apparently, from leaked information, that Nintendo and Microsoft both were going to announce something at E3 this year.
Are we just going to keep building? I don't know. How are we building up to this? I thought we were stringing it along.
Yeah, well, they were going to announce something at E3, and they didn't. And people pointed out that there was some amount of, like, desyncing in the Nintendo Direct, and they think that there was a game that was going to be announced and was not, actually.
Huh. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. There's some discussion on what it is, and a lot of people are pretty sure that because of, I guess, there have been a handful of like, little bits and pieces of information that have come out. It was potentially going to be a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
That would be nice.
On Switch,
that
which
would be
is
hella
really
nice. Or even just a port of the old games would be great.
It's not the first time a Microsoft franchise has wound up on Switch either. It seems like that's something that they wouldn't want to do, and you'd be right about 5 years ago, but Nintendo and Microsoft have kind of cooled down fighting each other.
Yeah, I think they realized that Rare is useless to them if they don't use them correctly, and one of the things that involves using them correctly is cooperating with Nintendo.
Basically. Well, I mean, it's that, or what was the other thing that they had Rare making the equivalent of Mii clothing for like 2 years.
Yeah, for the Kinect.
Yeah,
Mii
for the
Plaza.
Kinect stuff.
And no one cares. Literally no one cares about any of that shit. And the games that they put out that did use Rare properties were like, no one cared. They were garbage. They kept trying to do new and different things that turned out to not work. And also, cameo Elements of Power was just never going to be that great. I feel like from beginning to end, that one was just kind of set up for disaster.
I don't know if you remember it, but they had that one year where their presentation took place in a room where the walls had been converted into projector surfaces, and they projected a huge amount of water with Banjo and Kazooie floating at the top, and if you stopped making noise, they'd stop swimming, and they'd sink to the bottom and die.
That is just psychological torture. That's bullshit.
That actually happened.
So anyways,
I think it was like 2 years ago.
So anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
We're gonna wait till the end?
Go ahead, I'm waiting.
They fucking announced Banjo and Kazooie are in Smash.
Yeah.
Which you all already knew.
Oh.
But holy shit, literally everyone has wanted it for like 3 generations of Smash now. And I think we had all kind of just given up on it happening.
Yeah,
right?
well, like, people wanted it since the N64.
Honestly, yes.
Well, I found a bunch of stuff because people have been dredging them up lately. There's a bunch of fake screenshots that people had made of Banjo and Kazooie in Smash 64.
Wow.
That have just been, like, picked up.
Like,
that have just been picked up and, like, dredged out of the internet's bowels, I guess.
So Dragon Quest Heroes coming in summer, so like I'm actually surprised they didn't make it like one of those same day announcements where they delayed telling us so it would sound more exciting.
Half the reason that we wanted to hold off on doing the Smash this week was because we weren't sure if we were going to get a same day release. And Dragon Quest Heroes is probably very close. Well, Dragon Quest the Hero is probably very close because they did wind up saying it's summer, and it's like summer could be. Oh, I'm not controlling this; it's just taking me places. It's the fish
small
man.
fry. It's good to see him.
He's a 1-star.
Yeah, but he's got flip flops, so you better put something on here to immune. That was not it.
That's not gonna work. Lloyd's fine.
There we go.
I can fight as Lloyd. Speaking of, they also announced a new Animal Crossing.
And goddamn, does that look like a great game?
Good, actually. Yeah,
Like,
it's like survival Animal Crossing. So it's like you shake trees not to get fruit, but to get sticks, and then convert the sticks into like tools.
yeah,
or
it's the natural
or turn
conclusion.
it into furniture.
The natural conclusion of just being slowly able to customize your town more and more. You're building it from scratch now on a desert island.
It's
And
cool. I like it.
That is absolutely, like, the one thing I keep saying, I don't know if I've said it on mic, but like I want the next Animal Crossing to do more with, like, planting things. Like I don't need it to be a full Harvest Moon, but just something where you've got more things you can do with plants, and it looks like there's going to be, like, more growing things with intent. I don't know if they're going to make you have to eat, but they might need you to terraform things.
Look at this place. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. One of the things that people pointed out, by the way, that you could see in the trailer, was that apparently...
Giant Palutena.
Yeah, it's
just because her hair's green. That's it.
One of the things that people pointed out that you could totally see in the Animal Crossing trailer is as the villager is running to somebody's house along a path that they made, which, by the way, you can make fucking paths now. I'm all, like, flipping my shit because that is the coolest thing ever, and thank you for finally doing it.
So you don't have to just lay down tiles of what's presumably cloth with a pixel art.
Yeah, because that's how people made paths for the longest time. It was literally just, we do the thing where it's like you make pixel art of the grass and then you just lay down the tiles, and it's like, oh, thanks. Instead of having the paths work where they're dug in as you move around, they're just letting you make a path now, and it's like, oh my god, thank you. But as the character is running across that path, there is a lawn gnome sitting next to a tree.
Lawn gnome?
Here's the thing, it's really, really nothing. Like, you hear that and you go, it's a lawn gnome, who cares?
Well, why not a gyroid? That's what weirds me out.
Here's the thing. That means that you can place things that are not plants in the overworld.
Oh, that's true.
So that means that you might potentially... And it's not somebody's yard, which is one of the first things that people pointed out, was like, well, is it supposed to be somebody's, like, lawn? Can the villagers have lawn ornaments?
Yeah, there was outdoor decoration in Happy Home Academy, right?
But that's not what it is, because it's not somebody's outdoor home. It's a tree that is clearly not owned by anyone. So you can just place things in the overworld now, and people are like, that is the coolest shit. Like, honestly.
This is a stamina battle, and you are very fucked.
I know. Well and truly fucked.
We still don't have K. Rool, huh?
Nope. If we did, I'd probably be using them more. Yeah. Instead of Bowser.
You're just gonna cheese this out
I'm
while
on 2%. I'm gonna try and cheese this out.
2.7 HP.
Ah, damn it.
My turn.
Alright, yep. So now I'm gonna start switching, I think. But yeah, they announced Banjo-Kazooie as a playable character.
Yeah,
and
it's not Square Banjo
either. It is
either.
the coolest thing ever. Yeah, it's not the weird cubey banjo
yeah,
from
it's
like
not nuts and bolts. Although we don't know for sure. That could be like an alt costume. We don't know yet.
Little bits and pieces of information have come out after that. It's things like the music, like the remixes for Smash, are all going to be made by Grant Kirkhope. And the stage is, well, the stage they did show off. The stage is Spiral Mountain, which is amazing.
Brentilda's in the background. I'm hoping that we get some appearances of, like, Brentilda, because she disappears after the first game, so...
Yeah.
Just a, sort of like, damn. I just can't fight K. Rool.
Well, this one also, he's giant, but it's a stamina battle, so he doesn't get thrown at all. You have very little that you can do in terms of, like, actually, like getting this guy moved. He's just gonna stay where he is forever.
Anytime I try to, like, get Toad out on an NPC, like CPU,
he's doing grabs.
Absolutely just grab. Like, they know, like, immediately what I'm trying to do.
It is a little telegraphed, to be honest. Pulling Toad out, I mean.
Jeez.
Oh, one of the things that also happened during E3 was the invitational for quote-unquote, the World Championship of Super Smash Brothers. And one of the people who played, like, up until... yeah, I said that. One of the people who played to the end was using Peach. And, like, Peach apparently is fucking amazing. And,
yeah, I wasn't
just
watching.
like, oh, okay,
I don't
cool.
pay attention to competitive gaming.
Yeah, I was impressed by how fast they were, because it was seriously like, you gotta roll everywhere, shield, and then use every attack you can just to get
I don't roll or shield, like, so, geez. Like, whatever.
Oh, cool.
This is just totally his Wii Sports Resort area,
a little bit. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
What I'm really happy with the small amount of footage we have for Banjo in Smash, you can recognize every move that he makes. They all have names. They all have reliable ways that they used to work in the platforming games, and it looks like they're just recreating them.
He does that thing where he pulls Kazooie out of the backpack and hits her with shit. Makes
perfect sense for Smash, but probably shouldn't be part of his moveset, because you have to go through a bunch of secrets in Banjo-Tooie to unlock that. Gotta get the eggs, gotta get the secret chicken, gotta fucking go through some things. Like, you don't, that's not a part of your moveset to start.
Not usually.
But... everything that Banjo and Kazooie do is a known platformer game move. Like, they are all kind of there. And it's like, if you had played Banjo-Kazooie, like, I'm assuming you're gonna be able to play him in Smash super easy.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Like, because it would be very intuitive to just know, you know. I'm going to assume it's probably, like... forward B for Wonder Wing, and like maybe
just pressing B neutral to do the
to shoot eggs. Yeah. Up B is just gonna be the little Kazooie jump. Probably not gonna do any damage with that. I'm assuming that Bird Bash is a smash attack. It's kind of like how Peach brings out her golf club.
That. Yeah,
like it doesn't necessarily need to be a special. It's just a strong hit. And then specials would be things like the eggs and stuff.
There's a cave there. Ooh. Oh, I'm tempted by that cave. Okay.
I wonder what's the story.
I don't know, but we got to get into that thing, so why don't you fight Shantae?
Okay.
Shantae, by the way, is a character that people have been asking for in Smash as well. For like a very long time.
She's still kind of likely. Like we still have like two more characters,
slots.
Right?
So it's 2 slots before the end of 2019, and that's DLC Pass 1. And people have pointed out that Nintendo has not made any comments about a DLC Pass 2, so there's a chance that it just won't exist, and there is also a chance that it might totally exist and they just don't want to tell people.
Yeah, so, like, we know there's going to be 2, and honestly, I'm really surprised it's not Dark Souls Guy and Shovel Knight.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Dark Souls Guy. Like, if it winds up being Solaire. Like, yeah. And he would play pretty good, too, to be honest. Like, I could see Solaire being an amazing character in Smash. He's got a taunt. Like, he's got an inbuilt taunt.
Yeah, like, it would make sense. Especially since, I mean, they're probably going to do...
And yes, he does have...
They have Dark Souls on Switch already, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, hold on. Something's happening.
What?
I need to see this.
Pikachu with a tail?
They just overlap. It's just a tail on top of the tail.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, that is not something I intend to do a lot.
No. Okay, don't do that when we're playing this.
Now I've got ears on my ears, but I'm not gonna pause for that.
One of the things, by the way, that happened during the Smash Invitational, and people made a big deal of it when it happened. But they didn't. Oh, you didn't have to hand this to me.
Oh, okay. It looked like you wanted it.
No, I was putting my hand on my leg.
Oh, okay.
They made a big deal out of it when it happened, but nobody made a big deal out of it afterwards, and I'm surprised nobody has gotten, like, yelled at for it. Mm-hmm. Part of the way through one of the semi-final matches, somebody paused the game.
Oh.
It was for a split second, and it was pointed out at the time that if you are an Evo, like the, what's viewed as being the... fighting game tournament for World Championship stuff. if you do that in Evo, you get disqualified automatically. But the Invitational Tournament only had, like, I don't know, like maybe 24 people in it. So disqualifying people for pressing start was probably not a good idea. So nobody was disqualified for it, but people were yelling disqualification, please. The guy who did it wound up getting beaten during that match anyway, so... Also, I think it was pointed out that you can turn off the ability to pause the game in Smash Ultimate. It's part of the special rule conditions, I think, and they just didn't have it turned on, which is kind of Nintendo's fault more than anything then. But I don't know.
I forgot that Zero Suit Samus is so jumpy.
Yeah, she's an incredibly light character compared to normal Samus. She's jumpy, she's light, she's really, really fast, and the normal Samus is a heavy character, she's slow, and she doesn't jump so good.
But she jumps okay enough. It's
Yeah,
just kind
she
of
does.
a weird floaty rocket.
But this one jumps way
zero-G
more.
metal jump.
Like,
Yeah, this one's basically wering spring shoes.
Pretty
I don't know
much,
why her shoes are as ridiculously complex as they are.
you got absolutely destroyed by that.
Yeah, you take this.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm out of practice, I think.
Okay.
And I just wanted to not use Peach. I wanted a little bit of variety.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I was using Donkey Kong instead of
Bowser.
Yeah. Speaking of, they did a cute little thing when Doug Bowser took the stage this E3. Because it was like, Doug Bowser took over after, Reggie was like, I can't do this anymore, I'm out. And Reggie's, now he's gone. And it's like, oh. And Doug Bowser's like, I'm gonna do the best I can. And everybody's like, you go, Doug, you make it work. And then this E3, it was like, it's his first E3, it's his first time showing up. And then they just have like a giant CG Bowser take his place. And then they're like, wrong Bowser. And Doug comes in and is like, I'm sorry, maybe next time, bud. They asked if he was related, and he's like, no, but we get that a lot. He was walking around E3, by the way, wearing nothing but shirts with pictures of Bowser and Bowser Jr. on them this entire time.
And pants, presumably.
Yeah, well, yeah. And his little, his suit jacket, because that's, for some strange reason, Nintendo does that a lot, where they'll basically just be wearing, like, shorts and a t-shirt, or jeans and a t-shirt, and then they put the little suit jackets on top, so that they look
Vice look,
semi-professional. Like, most of the pictures you see of Miyamoto from E3 are always just Miyamoto in, like jean shorts and a t-shirt with, like, a little suit jacket on.
Maybe they just decided that looked like a signature look for their guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if that's what it was, or...
That's the new business casual.
I think it's just that they don't want to wear suits, and they're being forced to, so they're just going to wear normal clothing and then put the suit jacket on as though it works.
Do we want to talk about Gooigi?
We can talk about Gooigi if you'd like to.
I just find it really great that they really just named the second player co-op Luigi's Mansion stand-in Gooigi.
Gooigi.
Do you think Gooigi's gonna have a personality, or is it just going to be a weird?
I think it's just going to be a
construct?
weird construct of goo.
I cannot wait for the fan art of that
damn
thing.
it, come on.
I mean, there's gonna be some gross stuff, but like just I feel like the fact that the name inherently has a pun in it means that people are gonna do some really silly things.
Well, assuming that's actually the name that they go with, and it wasn't just like a joke or something.
Why would they? They kept saying it.
I don't know. I want this to be the year of Gooigi.
Honestly, yes. I do like that. It's not Mario. Like the second player co-op character is not Mario.
Yeah.
And that they are using the idea of the co-op being kind of a weird... Okay, so you remember how in Let's Go, like, your second player was kind of just a ghost who walks through things?
Yeah.
Like, they're taking that seriously because it's like it's a character that can, like, walk through spikes and shit.
Yeah.
And they're using that
well, he walks through iron grates, too, which is actually really cool.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make this work without dying to Luigi here. Damn it, I jumped right into his trap. Motherfucker. I can do it.
I can't wait for the goo versions of every other Mario character that people are going to assume should happen, even though they probably won't.
Waluigi.
Yes. Yes.
And Gooario.
Goorio? I don't know. I'm sure there are other puns with other types of slimy stuff that we could... I just can't think of any right now.
Please don't.
No, I'm just trying to think of something that would work better for Mario than Gooio.
Gooario.
Yeah, like I gotta think about it though when we're easily distracted while playing Smash.
Yeah, we are.
If you've got good puns, put them in the comments.
Yeah, sure.
Princess Goo. I don't know.
You're a fucking goo.
Wow. You got aggressive.
I don't know. I said I didn't like this joke line anymore. I'm done with it.
Hey. Then you say
this
something.
horrible pun.
Gooshy. That one works.
Gooshy actually does work. It's gross. It sounds disgusting. But
a Yoshi made out of Jello just kind of sounds
honestly,
like a thing they do.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't be that bad. I like that they showed off Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games again.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing that we get that isn't Mario or Sonic is Yoshi on a skateboard for some reason.
Ah.
Oh, come on. Was I facing the wrong way?
I think you were.
Dicks.
Yeah, like, after the Banjo stuff, was thinking, please, Banjo and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Just Mario and Sonic and Banjo at the Olympic Games. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that it wasn't titled like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and Knuckles or something like that. Like,
why hasn't that happened?
Because, I don't know, but Sega does that a lot. They've been making the joke and Knuckles lately because everybody knows it's a meme and they were just kind of like, they're just playing into it at this point.
It is
it's an exploration area.
Oh, okay. So we
it's
got
not an
another
actual tunnel. Yeah.
Cool. It is the only good Knuckles meme. Is just and
Did you want
Knuckles.
to do this one or should I?
I don't really care.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right.
Well, be careful.
I've done this
it's
on
a
the spirit
lobster.
board before, so this one's... he just tries to throw
it's
you,
an old
I'm
man
pretty sure.
lobster. I'm pretty sure you're right, yeah. Oh my god, we got so many weird announcements. We also missed a couple of things, like Bayo 3.
It does
Bayo
give
3
us
wasn't there. Let's see.
Didn't seem like there was no Metroid stuff.
Yeah, Metroid was one of the ones. Metroid Prime. What is it? I think it's 4, right? Am I wrong? The new Metroid Prime was supposed to be there and it wasn't, and people were like, "Oh." We did get like Luigi's Mansion 3. We were talking about that, and then Animal Crossing, and then a bunch of ports for things. And curse Bethesda and their horrible mobile games. Because now apparently they're getting ported to consoles, and it's just like, oh,
porting mobile games to consoles is not something I'm inherently opposed to. I'd rather play on a console. I use a PC Android emulator to play mobile games.
Most of those games are garbo.
Yeah, like, if they're on there for free or for like $1, then it's fine. You know? But, like... Yeah. It was like mobile gimmick Skyrim.
Yeah, it's
we just need less
Skyrim
in the world.
Yeah, it's okay. So Blades, which is that game, and they're calling it Switchblades on Switch, which at least is a clever pun, if not, that it's a bad game. Fucking Blades is basically like a dungeon crawling game in first person, where you tap to do damage against the enemies. And it's like, it's not an inherently bad idea, but it doesn't look like a fun game in the slightest, I gotta be real. Also, we should mention, because I don't think we're ever gonna have a chance to mention it, we're very angry about Pokemon.
No national decks.
Yeah, so not only is there confirmed no national decks, Masuda said with a big smile on his face, "We really care about this game. We gave it a lot of thought and decided that with Pokemon Home, you won't be able to transfer Pokemon into Gen 8 unless they exist in the regional decks."
So by home, they mean retirement home.
Yeah, basically.
I thought of that just now.
I don't know. I'm so unhappy about that. It really pissed me off
What bugs
so
me
much.
is
Oh, by the way, Alfonso and Engineer Link is going to be our
there we
train
go.
master.
All right, they put engineer in the name, so there's no ambiguity.
No ambiguity at all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But okay, so there's two ways that I could be mad when Sword and Shield come out.
Yeah.
Either they leave out too many things, and I have to sit there and shout into the void, no, Game Freak. You have to acknowledge all of your mistakes, put every single one of them in. All of them are someone's favorite out there. You need to acknowledge everything. And I'm just gonna sit there and shout. Or they will carefully select everything to make balance and have only good things in. And then they'll still somehow leave out, like they'll still somehow put in, like, one Pokemon that I hate.
Well, one of the things that I'm kind of angry about is that their argument for why they did it, oh god damn it, was that they wanted to make the game better balanced. Was like literally the argument that they used, and we want to make it so that every Pokemon feels alive and energetic. And with more than 900 Pokemon, it doesn't work with the full dex. And I'm like, no, fuck you, that's lazy. Don't admit to laziness.
Like, if they leave out the stuff I hate, I'll be like, fuck you, someone still likes those, you gotta include them. If they leave in the things I hate, it'll be like, oh my god, why is Clink still here? I will not be happy. Either everyone's here or nobody, because you've already created them. In some cases, they've already friggin' made toys of them.
Yeah,
like,
well, in a lot of cases, they've already made toys of them.
And it's like, I'm not letting you forget anyone. No one left behind. You stupid fuckers.
Yeah, and
no,
again, I mean, this is why eventually Game Freak got so angry about the gotta catch 'em all thing. Is like, eventually, it just becomes very difficult or impossible because Game Freak just gets lazy, and it's like, oh, thanks.
Meanwhile, in Smash World, everyone is here, including Banjo and Kazooie, which seemed impossible.
I'm so angry at that change. Like, the fact that Sakurai also cares more about Pokemon than Game Freak does baffles me.
Sakurai cares more about video games than anyone else who's ever made a video game.
Yeah, right? Like,
that might not be true. I don't know what Kojima actually thinks.
Well, I think they get along, I think.
Okay, it's not a contest. It's just, of the people out there who really, really care about video games, I think it's them and some people whose names I don't remember. The Bayonetta guy's supposed to be pretty good about it, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. Also, I guess you and I didn't see it because I was watching parts of E3 alone because you were either doing something else or you just had no interest in it.
Or I was asleep.
The artist for Bayonetta and Okami, who is not the same guy as the guy who's considered the creator of those, they are very closely tied, those two, though. She, because it's a lady, it's the lead artist and like the designer for all the characters and everything, came up on stage during, I want to say it was Microsoft's conference, and was the most bubbly, like, happy person you have ever seen, and people liked her so much.
There we go. There's our train.
Like, there were people who were just like, wait, who is this? And then they found out, and they're like, oh my god, she's adorable! Like, for no reason. I don't know. You want to do this? You can.
Sure. Alright. So, we're fighting a Pikachu with this baby Kirby.
She's never made huge public appearances before, to my knowledge. I think that's the thing that people will point out.
I'm gonna probably regret this, but I'm gonna use cute versus cute.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah, let's be a Dalmatian.
It's the fake Banjo Kazooie.
Honestly, do you think maybe they were thinking of Banjo and Kazooie when they designed the moveset for Duck Hunt?
Probably.
I mean, obviously there's a lot going on with Duck Hunt that's different.
Extent,
Like, all of the gun theme stuff is incredibly clever.
Yeah.
Ice floor. Was there an ice floor?
It's maybe. It looked like it.
I wasn't looking at the stuff.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, floor is frozen. Yeah. Oh, so that he can slide around, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. He can move faster and he can slide around. Yeah, so they when they announced him, they did the big fucking like, oh, haha, we joked.
It's the entire floor too.
Yeah. Like, they did it for K. Rool, too. When they were announcing K. Rool, they were like, oh, haha, look, it's K. Rool, and then it turned out to be Waddle Dee. Or, no.
DDD.
DDD, yeah. And it was like, oh, okay. And then for this one, they did the exact same joke again, but it turned out to be Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, it's just everyone just hangs out outside of Donkey Kong's house.
Yeah, I like the weird implication. I said it when we first saw it. I like the implication that K. Rool now lives with Donkey Kong.
That, or like they were at a party and he was too drunk to drive home.
No, I think what it is, like, based on the fact that like, the way that those games work...
I'm gonna try that one more time.
Okay. Based on the way that those games work, though, I think it really does just boil down to Donkey Kong and K. Rool are way cooler with each other than, like, Mario and Bowser are. And Mario and Bowser go out and they'll play kart games with each other and do whatever. But for fucking Donkey Kong and K. Rool, it's like K. Rool will just come over and hang out. He'll just sleep there. K. Rool doesn't have a house anymore. He's not really a king. Like... I like that concept. And he was so incredibly, like, animated compared to Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong during it, too. Because it's like Donkey and Diddy were doing the exact same thing where it's like, oh, press up against the window and be amazed. And then K. Rool slams himself into the window and blows half the house open.
I don't know what I'm doing with this fucking dog.
That was great. That's
Stupid
fine.
dog's making me look bad.
Booga booga booga.
Well,
good luck. I forgot you were the dog. I thought you were the other two.
Nah.
I thought you were fighting the dog. Oops. I've been rooting for the wrong guy.
Well, that's why I'm losing.
Yeah.
It's your psychic energy.
Whoops, sorry. My bad.
Did I get him?
Yeah, I'm rooting for you now.
Oh, when did the... That's the best Kirby face ever. But...
No, Piranha Plant is honestly one of the best Kirby faces ever.
Oh,
Joker's pretty good too, actually.
What do you think it's gonna look like for Banjo?
It'll be Banjo's face.
You think it will? I think
yeah.
I'll just have a backpack.
I think it's probably going to be a backpack. He's also going to have Banjo's face. I love the John Woo dub story. It's amazing. There it is. But I think also we're probably going to get he might get like a stuffed Kazooie or something like that. Because it's going to be shooting eggs. He needs something to shoot eggs if that's just what the bee is.
Well, this is our assumption.
Yeah.
We could be wrong.
Because Kirby copies Neutral Bees, and if Neutral Bee for Banjo-Kazooie is going to be just shooting eggs, then he's going to need something to shoot.
It makes sense to be,
yeah.
but it might not be. We'll find out.
We will. Let's go into this horrible portal of death.
What could it be?
I had to walk out and then walk back in. Forest Hill.
Huh.
Oh, is it the ancient forest, like the Monster Hunter ancient forest?
All right then.
Ooh, it's playing Monster Hunter music, too. Nice.
This is cool, but...
Oh, it's super nice.
Okay, so when are we getting a Bronto bird?
Oh, man,
really?
The best monster from Monster Hunter. Bronto bird.
Quite frankly, if they made a Monster Hunter that was all Kirby enemies, I'd be confused, but I'd play the hell out of it.
Yeah, I would too, actually.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know why that would happen.
Me neither.
It's just you're playing as just various forms of Meta Knight. It's just Meta Knight in different dragon armor.
I'm sorry, what were you asking, though? Go for it.
When is a Monster Hunter getting in as a playable? Or a feline?
I really don't know.
I don't care which.
Eventually.
There's so much Monster Hunter in this game, but there's no Monster Hunter in this game.
Yeah, it's weird that we've... Yeah, like, okay... Rathalos is both a assist trophy, and he can also sometimes be a
he's a boss.
A boss, yeah. So I don't know, and you'd think that this game would have shipped with a Monster Hunter enemy. If anything, now my assumption is going to be that the next two characters will be a Monster Hunter character,
and then maybe
either a cat or a hunter, and no, not Bomberman. Fuck that.
Or Rayman.
And Dark Souls. It's going to be Solaire. I think it's going to be Solaire and whoever I just said, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that seems really likely. Now
Bomberman is not going to be in it at all because he's an assist trophy.
I know.
Yeah.
Rayman's got a spirit, but he's not.
Rayman is but Rayman also hasn't had a game in a while. He has, but it didn't sell stupid well, and it was on other consoles and. there was a lot of problems with that. Ubisoft is kind of trying to ignore Rayman right now, and they pushed the Rabbids for a really long time.
Yeah, there was a Rabbid game with Mario, so that's even
they
more
did have a
likely.
conference with E3 this year, but Ubisoft basically was like nothing. There was almost nothing good shown there at all. They announced a sitcom for whatever reason. Yeah. Do you want to do this one or should I?
Yeah, I want to talk to Tricky.
We'll beat him
He's
up.
my baby.
Beat Tricky's face in, please. They announced a sitcom. That's not even a joke. I'm dead serious. They came in. They announced a sitcom done by the Always Sunny, half of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, about video games, but it's about people making video games. It's not actually about video games at all. There's no video game associated with it. It's just a sitcom on Apple TV Plus.
They really want me to use level 1s.
Yeah, just use something.
It's a 1-star fight.
Yeah, it's a 1-star fight. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's do it. Tricky, by the way, is a rare character. He is basically
I wish he'd be even more rare and stop showing up in things.
Let me finish. He is like a small version of one of the bosses in Diddy Kong Racing, who is like also my favorite. It's just I really like Triceratopses in general.
Ceratopsids.
Ceratopses?
No, ceratopsids. That's actually it. You use ids in there. They announced a sitcom, by the way, and they also announced a movie. But continue talking about Tricky, I'm sorry.
He's really great, and I know he's annoying in Dinosaur Planet because, of course, he is.
Yeah, everybody hates him.
Everything in Dinosaur Planet is annoying. Like, it doesn't actually matter, like, that he specifically is annoying. The game is annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
so, whatever. You really gotta be a little more fair to him, but he is a sweet baby.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. It just slowed down for it, too. That was actually pretty neat.
Tricky deserves to step on a landmine.
No, he doesn't. He's hungry. Go get him grub tubs.
No,
and he'll dig up stuff
He can go find his own grub tubs and dig up a landmine and blow himself up.
Josh had such a bad time with that game. We've got to play that
awful.
game for the channel someday.
I fucking hate him so much.
Most of Dinosaur Planet is a blur to me. It's all just dragon types and Brontobert.
Oh yeah. Well, Brontobert is kind of a dinosaur because he's got Bronto in there.
For some fucking reason. I don't
I don't know.
It's a fly, though. So,
oh, he is kind of like a bug.
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll accept it.
Aren't there variations of Brontobert that do have like a
if there are, I've never
thing?
seen them, but I'm not super versed in Kirby enemies. If they're not from Kirby 64, I might not remember them.
We're getting long on time, so I think after we beat this, I want to try and get that treasure chest, and if we wind up fighting Rathalos, we'll just call it there and then do the actual fight.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Which music is this?
It's like a really nice remix of one of the themes from Sinnoh, I think.
Yeah, it's like, I know this, but I don't know this? Like, I don't know if I've said this lately, but I'm really bad at remembering music if it doesn't have lyrics in it, because I fixate on the words and not on the tunes.
That being said, how do you feel about the lyrics in the Sword and Shield song?
I forgot there were any, and it weirded me out.
Yeah, okay, continue, I'm sorry.
We've got the Smash remix of the Spiral Mountain theme for, conveniently gets out of the way. Yeah, the Spiral Mountain theme from Banjo-Kazooie for Smash, it was remixed by Grant Kirkhope himself, and it's got bits of the other level songs in it. Like, just in the middle of it, you can suddenly start hearing, like, Click Clock Wood or Freeze Easy Peak, or just in the middle, just really subtle. It's like, I am so stupid at music. You could make me listen to something 3 times in a row, and then make me listen to it again, and I'll be like, I don't recognize this.
Aww.
But with Banjo-Kazooie music, it is so good and so distinct that 20 years later, when I haven't played those games in a million jillion years.
I don't know who that's gonna be.
I don't know. there's just secretly been Monster Hunter in the game this whole time, and just no one's gotten here.
I'm sorry.
The music from Banjo-Kazooie is just so good that even my idiot ears will always remember everything.
Okay. That's fair.
It's just, like, that is good music.
I know I said we were going to stop with the other one, but I'm going to kill Randy real fast.
Sure.
Because you were talking about Banjo-Kazooie music, and I wasn't sure how long you were going to take that one on for.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Are you done?
No, I'm still working on it.
Oh, speaking of, like, this Donkey Kong remix, I'm hoping that when we get Banjo's alt colors, one of them is a polar bear, so you can pretend that he's Boggy.
Yeah.
Who is just a polar bear in Banjo-Kazooie. But yeah, I was thinking, I was like, hey, they did fur color changes for Donkey Kong, so I guess it could be like that. Because otherwise, it's what? They're going to change the color of his pants?
I want him to be a ukulele or a shaved banjo, so that it's just, you know,
just
a bear
nude banjo.
in clothing. No, he still wears clothes. He's got his shorts on.
Nude with pants.
Yeah. Just shaved bear banjo, though. Have you ever seen shaved bears? It's really fucking weird looking.
I don't want to.
It's not even sad.
That
it's
sounds
just weird
cursed.
looking. They look so weird without hair. It happens when bears, for one reason or another, wind up needing to have their hair shaved. Either because they've got, like, a parasite, or they got something in their hair happens sometimes. I think polar bears sometimes have to have it shaved for... Oh, damn.
I can imagine a polar bear in a zoo, because their hair is so thick and meant for insulation, might occasionally have problems related to the thickness of the fur.
They sometimes get algae stuck in it, and it'll grow into mold.
Because the warmer weather isn't where they're supposed to be.
And sometimes you can actually treat it, and the treatment can change the color of the bear's fur, too. There was... Oh, and I fucked up. I think in California, there was a polar bear at one point who... had mold in his fur, and in order to get it out, they tried a specific bleach treatment to get rid of the algae, and it turned his hair purple. It's like a fairly well-known polar bear problem, where its hair just changed colors, and it turned purple, so we had a purple polar bear for a bit.
That sounds pretty
whatever
cool.
zoo it was.
Sparkle bear.
I don't know which one it was. Right?
Yeah. How many stars is this Rambi?
3. He's actually pretty good.
Alright.
Ugh.
He's like pure power right
now.
Yeah,
he's his entire thing though is that he does damage by running into you, and also he's just gonna keep doing his hits, like nonstop.
Okay.
So he's just gonna try and ruin you on the ground. Doesn't have a lot of air, but he can do things on the ground.
Well, he normally doesn't have a lot of air. It's Donkey Kong.
There we go.
Does Donkey Kong ever do that weird helicopter swing in his games?
I don't remember, maybe?
Is that something they made up for the...
It might be something they made up for
Smash,
because he doesn't have anything else that would, like, save him from
I mean, he's a
falling off
platformer
ledge.
Character, but he's just... It's just he jumps.
He does have the thing where one of his moves is that he curls up into a ball and rolls forward. That actually is one of his things from Donkey Kong Country. I know that. He does a lot of rolling in Donkey Kong Country.
We gonna stop here, go into
Yeah,
a showdown?
we're gonna stop here and go forward. I did notice that there's a button that I can hit, so I'm gonna hit that button first, but that's it.
Triggers a 20-minute cutscene?
Nope.
No.
Triggers a bridge.
No, look at it.
It's gonna scare the Rathalos.
Look at it. Look at that bridge.
That bridge?
Yeah, look at that bridge.
What about the bridge?
Okay, well, when it stops looking at the Rathalos, that's a Dragonator.
Oh, yeah!
You just activated a Dragonator and made him fuck off.
That's adorable.
Hey,
so we'll have to do this one. This one's really, really rough, and then there's a character on the other side.
I've beaten that one before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
I think we beat it together.
It is annoying.
But yeah, it is within the realm of possibility. You just have to be real strong. So we might go into that starting of next level. We might go in as a giant metal Bowser.
Maybe.
Just a warning. Let's see. So now we're gonna do our typical here, and it's just gonna be me versus Megan.
Speaking of Zelda from Breath of the Wild,
yeah,
she's got a haircut.
Yep.
Looks good.
So they decided that they're going to do a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and I am super excited for that.
Where do I want to
I am
be?
so very much looking forward to a sequel to Breath of the Wild. And it's not like a continuation like DLC, which I think would have been fine too. it's going to be a whole new game. And we've had sequel Zeldas in the past. That is a thing that happens occasionally.
Majora's Mask, Phantom
Zelda
Hourglass.
2 was actually a continuation as well of the original one.
Who am I today?
I'm going to be K. Rool.
Oh, okay. We're just going all out.
I haven't played K. Rool in a while, so...
Alright.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, I'm really excited. It looks super good. I cannot wait to see what exactly is going to be changed and what's going to be like.
Yeah.
I just really want to see things about that game.
A little bit more of a focused storyline instead of the you just discover things non-linear.
Some people are hoping for dungeons, and I have to agree. If there are dungeons, I'm going to be really, really happy. I've not played K. Rool in a while. Been doing a lot of Bowser lately.
Yeah, well, I pretty much always know what I'm doing with Daisy.
Yeah, well. But do you know what you're doing without Daisy?
Sometimes.
I don't know, okay?
I did very poorly with Duck Hunt a little bit ago.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah, I know. No. Fuck. So, I'm thinking, like, when we...
Oh, fucking Metroid.
Nice. When we get a better look at the new fighters, so
Yes.
like whenever summer and fall really means.
Yes.
Do you want to do like a special thing or just kind of incorporate it into us just playing normal?
We could do both. I think maybe that would be up to people. Like whatever everybody wants to see would be in a good way to put that.
If you want to like, you know what? We never do like the classic modes or anything, and they get those.
Oh, that's true. We do those for streams. I think we did it once or twice.
Did we?
Right?
I don't remember
I
us doing that.
I think we did it for streams.
I don't remember, but we only did like one Smash stream. We need to do more of those. But yeah, like when Banjo... Oh no. When Banjo and Kazooie come out,
Won't be enough to kill the
expect
boys
me
it can
to
hurt.
constantly talk about them. Expect me to complain about every single named Banjo-Kazooie character who isn't featured as a spirit or an assist trophy
Like
or on the level.
Gruntilda and Tootie.
Yeah, I mean, those two specifically, because they were... Oh, dear. I'm having a sad time.
Yeah, I noticed.
But, Gruntilda and Tootie were in the first game and then, like, abandoned in the second to the point where they had jokes in the game about how they were missing. If we get, like, some acknowledgement of them in form of, like, a spirit or just Gruntilda floating around or something, like, I'm gonna be really happy because it's like, okay, you guys were paying attention.
Yeah.
Also Royston the Goldfish. I really want Royston the Goldfish. I'm pretty sure that's his name. In the, like, the start screen for the first game, he's... You're still winning, so... Doesn't matter. There we go. That wasn't enough. I know it wasn't. But in the first game start menu, like where you got your save games, you can just see they've got like a little goldfish in a little bowl, and he's like smacking his face against the side of the bowl because it's too tiny for him. And like that's really it for the first game. But in the second game, he was on their barbecue grill while they're like No, that's at the end of the first game. He's on the barbecue grill as a joke. Like, they're cooking the fish.
Yeah.
But then, in the second game, like, the Spiral Mountain gets kind of, like, trashed, and he's sitting... Fuck. He's sitting there in, like, the charred remains of the barbecue grill, and he is alive. And you can take him down to the water so that he can, you know, live. And he, like, expands your air meter for underwater. And it's just like that goldfish has the hardest life, and he's like the longest payoff for a running gag. And I want him to at least have a spirit. And I don't really even care what the spirit would do. Just be like a boost to your water attack. Who cares?
Yeah. Would be nice.
Maybe George and Martha Ice Cube, because they pretty much die anytime you see them. That could be kind of cool to see. Like, they could be stage hazards.
That's an auto kill if I think I have more than a certain amount of health.
Oh, is that the gimmick for the site?
I think so. If my health is higher than yours or something like that, I don't remember.
Okay. Will it
Which
work
way
a second time?
It really doesn't benefit you to hold on to it like that. I don't know.
Oh.
It definitely didn't benefit you
I
there.
got it even for a while. I held on.
Yeah, you did. You did kind of like burn real hard there in the middle.
Yeah. Also, go be the camel, because it's not a proper representation of Banjo-Kazooie if you can't assault that goddamn camel.
Yeah.
Hit him just for no reason. He didn't do anything wrong.
Oof. Okay, so final thoughts?
I'm excited for Banjo.
I am so excited for both of the characters.
Yeah, Hero's good too. I like Dragon Quest.
We didn't point out when Banjo comes out, but Banjo comes out fall.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Because all of them have to come out before the end of the year. I'm going to guess that's early fall.
Hopefully.
Because after Banjo, we have 2 more characters who both have to come out during either the fall or winter season.
So fingers crossed for Spyro and Crash, but probably not either of them.
I still want Solaire and like a Monster
Hunter.
Hunter character.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a cat, I want something.
I guess Shantae is a good candidate too.
Shantae would be good. I used to, whenever people asked me, I would kind of jokingly say I wanted Patricia Wagon, because I actually do like the Mighty Switch Force games. Those are amazing.
My ironic never gonna happen is Little Nemo.
Yeah.
No, that's not even.
Unfortunate.
It's an adapted game from a comic, so
Anyway.
it's disqualified.
Anyway.
Maybe Goku.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.